Hi everyone, welcome back to another Paige the Python video. This week, in order to keep kind of our wintry vibes going, I decided to do a Jan Brett themed week. If you haven't read any of her stories before, she does really wonderful illustrations, a lot of animal stories, but a big chunk of her books have snowy or wintry scenes in them, so that was our theme for this week. First up, we read The Mitten. This is one that a lot of my classes read with their classroom teachers for projects, but it's always a good one to refresh, and even some of my older picture book readers really like hearing this one again, just because it is such a classic. We're going to count this one in the animal category, by the way. Up next, very similar, we read The Hat. Another really adorable animal story. This is also one of her books where you can kind of see what's happening on the next page off to the side in these little vignettes that she does in the illustrations, which kind of look like this. You can kind of see which characters are coming next, which my students really love. We're also going to count this one as an animal story. We also read The Snowy Nap, another animal story, and it also features our friend Hedgie, who is a character in a lot of her books, including in The Hat. My students really loved another Hedgie book, and this one really dove into all of the wintry scenes that we love to see. We're going to count that as an animal book as well. And lastly, we had The Trouble with Trolls. I have a bookmark because my second graders didn't quite finish reading it. This one was one of my favorites as a kid. We're going to count this one in the folktales and fairy tales category because that's very much what the story feels like, and it's inspired by some Scandinavian folk stories. So, without further ado, let's give Paige her new stripes. And here's what she looks like with those 3 animal stripes and 1 folktale and fairy tale stripes added. Check back next week to see what we read next.